We get so overwhelmed, we don't know where to start, so we just kind of give up. So what I would do is think about where you are in your business, and especially with online parties, and think about what is it that I really need, and focus on that part. Already go into this training looking for what you need, and then when you hear it, write that down. I don't do slides. Some people hate it because they like the visual part of it, but people can only learn with one sense at a time. So if you're focusing on copying down everything up here, you're not listening to what I'm saying, and I promise what I'm saying is a lot more helpful than what I'm like throwing up on a PowerPoint.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me introduce you.
Okay.
Okay, so hi everybody. Everyone wave.
Hi.
Okay, so we have Lindsay here. We're ready to start. We're going to start Facebook online parties, and we're going to go in parts. So this part 1, is why Facebook parties are dead. And this is Lindsay. Wave. Okay, so I'm not going to answer any comments during these. We can go over them after in the group. So if you have any questions, you can.
Yeah, same for you guys. You guys can go back.
Yeah, except for you guys.
After.
I'm talking to them.
Yeah, but like you guys can go back into the group after if you're like, oh, she said something and I can't remember and whatever. Just give me your notes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll try not to refer to them too much, but.
Okay. Hold on. Cheryl, can you hear? I just want to make sure. People are already tuned in. Yeah, I think so. All right.
Cool.
So, take her away.
Okay, so I'm actually not surprised how many people haven't done online Facebook parties. I was just a part of a study with the Direct Sellers Association of the US, and we put together a study and we interviewed thousands and thousands of direct sellers to see what their particular business activity was. The reason why this came about is because an Amway, so you guys know Amway, the company Amway? Did you hear about the study that came out that they did? So, okay, 99% of direct sellers do not make any money in this business. Only 1% do. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. And a large percentage of that 99% are actually spending more than, they're not even breaking even, they're spending more. But the upside to that is there's still that 1%. And it's because that 1% is honing in on certain techniques and selling systems that are working, and everybody else just really isn't working. They're not doing the right things, or they're just throwing spaghetti up against the wall. So with our study that we did, we wanted to see, okay, now that we know that 99% of people aren't making money, what are the business activities? So it's about like 60% of people in direct sales are making anywhere from like $0 to $5,000. And like I said, that's some people aren't making any money. That's what they're bringing in commission. A lot of that is going back out the door. They're in the negatives, or they're just breaking even. And only 18% are utilizing online marketing. 18% of direct sales. I mean, this is obviously we took from a focus group, but there's a lot represented. There's a lot of unique people in there, and I was like, oh, we have a lot of unique reps coming in through this survey, so for sure there's going to be a spike in some of these online marketing aspects, and there's not. So the good news about that is that there's still a lot of opportunity there. But what's happening right now is that online marketing and Facebook parties, they are being done poorly. Okay, so Facebook parties aren't dead, just the way that a lot of us are doing them are dead. And the problem with this is that direct sales is increasing in, people are recognizing the industry more and more people are getting into the industry, which is awesome for us. More people are looking at this as a viable way to do business and to add an extra stream of income. But the problem with this is, majority of the people, the 99% of people out there that aren't making any money, are doing their business poorly. They're the ones that are coming off as spammy. They're forcing people into groups. They're mass messaging people. They're doing really boring 10-day plus parties. There's nothing wrong with 10-day parties. I know Kara loves them and she still does them. And if you can find a way to make them work for you, then I think that you need to continue doing that. But more and more as direct sales grows, which is exciting for us, we have more and more people out there that are doing the business wrong. And then that's when you're gonna run into customers saying, oh no thanks, I've already done a Facebook party, it didn't go well, it was so chaotic, my friends didn't know what was going on, I didn't get anything from it, I didn't even hear from my consultant during, before, after, so no thank you. So that's what we're running into. So right now we have to learn how to do Facebook parties the best way possible so that we can turn that around, so that people can get excited about doing Facebook parties. Yeah, the biggest thing is with Facebook parties now is that you want it to be interactive. A lot of the times when people are booking parties with you, they look at it as if they're doing a favor for you. I'm hosting this because my friend just got into direct sales and I'm trying to help her out. And then guests are attending saying, well, my host is doing this and I feel bad and I don't want her to feel bad. One of the reasons why people don't book parties is the fear of no one will come. And so then friends get into that feeling guilty, being like, I just can't have Lindsay sitting there at the computer or sitting at her house or whatever and nobody shows up and she feels like a big loser. So people show up because of that guilt. They buy because of that guilt. So we want to turn that around. We want our customers to make them feel like we are doing a favor for them. So last month I did an online party. And I used a lot of the same skills. I did it live. Unfortunately, I don't have Facebook Live yet. I did have it in my group in my event for a short period of time. I'm always so jealous when you guys are all doing Facebook Live videos. I'm like, no! I'm like, doesn't Facebook realize that I need this? But
glad you made it work.
Yeah, so I did a Zoom party. And I literally, it was in my event. I had the live option until the day before my event, and it was just gone. And I'm like, I've advertise this, I have people coming, I'm like, what am I gonna do? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do a Zoom party. We went on Zoom, it worked, it was totally fine.
So can you just explain, like, just briefly, like, what Zoom is? Because some people don't have
so live. Zoom is just like an online, it's kind of like Google Hangouts. It's an online, like, webinar meeting.
Does it with us.
And it's free.
Awesome. Yeah, it's
but like
after
for
a certain minutes, it's free.
Yes. So that was the first time I used Zoom as my own account. I've done a million different Zoom trainings with other companies, with other leaders, and things like that. So after like 30 minutes into my party, it was like, your free session is ending. I was like,
really?
Guys, hold on! And I'm like signing up. And it went off without a hitch, thankfully. So I've always been really, really big into home parties. Last time we had this meeting, I trained on home parties because I did a $3,000 home party in an hour. And I was like, okay, how can I, I've always preached home parties. Do the home party. You're always going to yield more sales. You have more engagement. Like, how can I take that engagement and put it into my Facebook party so that I don't have to leave the house, so that I don't have to get a host to, clean her house and ship her kids and her husband off somewhere so she can have her friends over. So making sure that your Facebook parties are interactive is really important to harnessing that excitement. You can do that through live parties. And like I said, you want to make it seem like you're doing a favor for them. So the way I've been positioning my online parties is that I position it as a lesson. So I don't, and I'll go into that more in the next section, but I want to provide content. I want to give before I ever ask. I don't want to be like, hey, can you do me a favor? Where I'm going to stand in front of you, I'm going to just showcase my products and please buy them so I can put my daughter in summer camp. That's the way a lot of us come across. And that's one of the benefits of direct sales is obviously we can put our daughter in summer camp and we can pay for our mortgage or we can pay off a loan, we can go on a vacation. But we don't want people to feel like that they're helping us. We need to help them first. So you want to make sure that you're offering something all the time. That's why Facebook parties aren't dead. It's just the way that we're doing them. We're making them not interactive. They're boring. We're not prepared. We're going in and we're trying to think of posts as we go, and we haven't done our homework into why people need our products. So we really just need to change and shift into this more interactive, exciting setting where we're always giving before receiving. So I'm gonna go to the next part if you want to.
Okay, hold on.
Lindsay,
Does anyone have any questions?
for
Well,
Zoom,
Do all of the participants have to also download it?
No. Yeah, but it's super easy. Like they don't have to. So they'll get access to it, and then it's just like, oh, run application, and it'll pull up just in their browser.
Okay, so we're going into
I had no problems
different,
with anybody getting on.
It was a really good tool. We used it all last summer.
We're going into a different
team meetings.
Yeah.
Which was
What am I calling
awesome,
it?
So that some people are living
a different
forever.
part.
That was the
Exactly.
easiest way